Hello everybody and welcome to the channel. Ooh, sounds proper throaty now. Right. Ugh. Ah. Here. Yes, I'm riding my Benelli Imperiale 400 and it is turning out to be quite delightful, I must say. Doing my usual trip home in the evening in the Tunbridge Wells traffic. And we've been lucky with the weather so far. It's been dry all week so far. Just nip in there. Gap's closing up. It's alright, we're okay. Thank you, sir. We'll just do one more. And another one. Blue lights will slow them all up. Well done, people. That was very kind of him. I won't push my luck now. Right, so I'm going to set the record straight for this Benelli Imperiale 400. So, I've had this probably now for about 3 weeks to a month. The idea was to buy this and then sell it on to get a Royal Enfield bullet. Okay, that was the intention. So it wasn't like, oh, you bought that, you've only had it 5 minutes, why are you selling it? I wanted a bullet. Okay, so then I kind of thought about it for a little while and I thought, well, actually, okay, maybe this isn't as popular as a bullet. And I rode it for a few trips, mainly to and from work. I'm trying to get some miles on it to do the first service, and even now it's only done 278. And funnily enough, I've made a few adjustments to it, like the throttle, which had loads of play in it, and now it's feeling better. Brakes have run in. The engine's getting a little bit more easy, free running. It's got a delightful popping back. And actually the bike, despite what people might think, is actually turning out to be quite a nice little thing to ride. There's no vibration on it. Yes, the suspension is a bit soft on the front, a bit harsh on the back. The saddle is a bit hard, to say the least, firm, but other than that, it's great fun. I've put an LED headlamp on it, just to make the headlamp a bit brighter than it was. That's working okay. I've got a couple of saddlebags for it, which I don't have on at the moment, mainly because I didn't want them to get wet, but I'm in the process of waterproofing them. What else? So, other than that, the bike is actually turning out to be a good deal. And the only reason I say that is, yes, I wanted a bullet, and unless I can sell this for the right money, and that was the other thing. You see, these new are £3,700. I bought this for and it had 61 miles on it, and that was all because somebody's granddad bought it, and unfortunately, due to health, he gave it to his grandson. Grandson didn't have a license. He then decided to sell it, and that's where I bought it. And then I bought it with a view to buying it to sell on and then get my bullet. I tended not to use it for the first couple of weeks, really, and then I got to thinking, even though I put it up for sale on eBay for 2 weeks, and also on Facebook Market, I had a couple of people. One tried to scam me, another one offered silly money. I actually contacted WeBuyAnyBike.com. They were a bunch of robbing bastards, so obviously I didn't have anything to do with them. So the upshot was, I decided that I might actually keep it. I've bought basically a new bike. I've never had a new bike. I've always had somebody else's cast-offs. So, you know, why not keep it, run it for a while and have a play and see how it goes. I've completely ACF'd the bike, so it's fairly weatherproof. It probably could do with a little bit of a sloosh, but the thing is, this against the bullet, okay, it may not have the charm and the looks of the bullet and the thump of the bullet, although the thump is quite good, but it's faster than a bullet, it's modern, it's more economical than a bullet. If I bought a bullet, I'd have to probably do bits and pieces to it to make it how I want to do it in the end. This I have nothing, with this I've had to do nothing apart from fit the headlamp, which I didn't have to do, and get a couple of saddlebags, and that's pretty much it. I might change the mirrors, but otherwise I don't really need to. Oh, and I put a little shield on it. Now all this has been documented in my Facebook posts and that sort of thing. I had somebody offer me £3,000 for it, and then he thought again, which was a shame. But there you go, that's the way it is. Everything happens for a reason. I'm only tickling this around. I'm not thrashing the pants off it because I'm trying to run it in. So I'm going no quicker than I would do if I had a bullet. This has a better presence on the road because it's generally a bigger bike overall. But of all the reviews that I've seen, of which many are in a foreign language, mainly Indian or Hindu or whatever you like to call it, because it was really aimed at the Indian market. So you can't get a good handle on this because there's only very few reviews on them. So to put the record straight, all in all, the bike is very good. There's absolutely nothing wrong with this, even though Italian name, Chinese made. I could regret saying that, but at the moment, and anybody else that I've spoken to, they've all said what a great bike it is. They thoroughly enjoy it, and it's been really good for them so far, and they have no regrets. The only thing that I have to complain about on this is that the dash lighting is extremely bright in the dark, and so you just got to live with that, unfortunately. But that's not a problem. I can do something with that and I'll show you that when I do it. The brakes are good. Rear brake could be better, both disc. The handling of the bike is great. The foot pegs don't move, they're solid like the Bullet. So at this point in time, that doesn't bother me, because I'm not likely to go like a GP ride around corners. All the controls are easy to use and at your fingertips, and I have small hands. That's the only reason I mention it. A lot of the time you might have to move your hand to do certain things with controls. Mirrors are good, they don't vibrate. I mean, generally speaking, there is nothing wrong with these Benellis. So if you want an alternative to a Bullet or a single cylinder, this is a great bike, I've got to say. I don't have any regrets. I had reservations about it when I bought it, but simply because I was so hell-bent on getting a Bullet. But actually, I rather like this. And it does look smart, all in black. Not a great thing to be able to keep clean, of course. But that's one of the reasons why I put ACF 50 all over it, to try and help that. Oh, and I put a mud flap on it as well. So I can't honestly say that there is anything wrong with this bike, and there isn't any reason why you shouldn't buy it. You see, there's a lot of bikes on the market now, like the Royal Enfield Himalayan and Sinis and various other bikes, which actually a very low price, but they're affordable, and they're the sort of price that, you know, the average Joe can afford to buy without forking out silly money. And to be honest with you, I used to have an awful lot of fun on my Royal Enfield, and it's the same with this. I'm not having to compete with anybody or race along. I'm not threatening anybody. I'm happy with what's going on. I'm happy with the speed that I ride at. And somebody the other day said to me that these will do 80, not all day long obviously. Somebody said to me that actually they've had 90 just. I'm not interested in that. I don't see why you do that. But anyway, that's not my bike, so it doesn't really matter. So from the point of view of the build, the look of the bike, the quality of the bike, the handling, the feel, I just can't fault it. And I think it easily competes even with the later Royal Enfields. So don't rule it out if you're looking to get something slightly different. But there isn't a great deal different in the way that this performs, apart from the fact it's modern, it's quicker, has a better top speed, and it doesn't vibrate. What more could you want? And actually, I was going to change the exhaust silencer. I'd been looking at it, but this has got, and this is another plus, it's got a one-piece exhaust and it's stainless steel. And to be honest with you, you can't go far wrong with this. But if you like what you've heard, thank you. Then hit the like button, subscribe, leave a comment, tell me what you think, and give me your opinion of what you think of the bike.